Hello everyone, it's Friday, it's another new product post, and this week we've been up to no good. So several weeks back we announced this ribbon cable, and so we have this ribbon cable in like a 10 wire and a 6 wire to match our 3x2 and the 5x2 shrouded connectors. So this stuff's pretty cool. This week we have serial connectors to go along with that. These are your typical Db9 connectors. We have them in a male and a female variety. And they have these little strain reliefs on the end of them. And a Db9 is, of course, a 9-pin connector. So we have the 10-pin cable. So interesting. What you can do is you can just easily strip back one of these wires and it fits real easily into that cable. You use the strain relief on the back and you're good to go. So once you put it together, it looks a little something like this. So this is a put together cable. As you can see, it kind of loops around, comes out the back there, so it's nice and it's not going to come out. And as you can see, it's really nice and clean. And you can use these as a panel mount. They don't come with any hardware, but that's pretty standard stuff. So yeah, you can panel mount this and have a nice, Db9 connector going on there. And since we have the shrouded connectors, you can snap one of those on the end. So you can have this on the outside of your enclosure, and then boom, snap into your board on the other end, something like that. So let me put one of these together and show you the whole process of how to put one together. So first what we're going to do is we're going to take one of these connectors. I'm going to slide this one aside. And it's got this little cap on the back. And if it has the cap already snapped in, you can just pull out like right there and it should snap. Yeah, right out. I just need to pull a little bit more. Boom, there it goes. So once that is out, we need to trim this down to a 9-pin. I'm going to take off the black. So you can just do it kind of with your fingers if you want. Boom, there it is. Pull it. Magically, we now have a 9-pin ribbon cable. And then all you're going to do is just lay it down here in this track right in the middle. Get this to where the ribs are down, facing into the cable. Line it up nice along that edge and press it in. It is really difficult to press in. You kind of have to wiggle it and press it on the table and a bunch of other stuff, rock it back and forth. And it's actually got those little teeth that's going to press the wire down into those teeth, and you get a nice solid connection. You might want to get a pair of pliers or something like that. On the edges you've got these little locks that once you get it down to a certain point it's actually going to lock in. So once you've got that on there, I need to press a little bit further on mine. You just take this little thing, you can run like that if you want it to be a right angle. So you just run it down like that, or you can run it through this little channel and then it comes straight out the back like that. So depending on how you want your cable to be configured, you just do that, snap it on, and you get that. So pretty easy to use, and definitely stock up on the 10-pin ribbon cable as well. So as I said in the intro, we were up to no good this week. We have a product that just really lends itself to a good prank. These are car horns. They're exactly what I said they are. They are 12-volt horns. This is, well, very similar, if not the same thing that you would find in an automobile, or a car as we call them in the US. These are red, which is awesome. They run off 12 volts. They can draw upwards of 8 amps, if that gives you any indication as to how loud they are. If it doesn't, they can exceed, I think, about 110 decibels, so it is very, very loud. They come in a box, 2 to a box, so you actually get 2 of these guys, and then you get some mounting hardware and just some nuts to go on the end of them. And these caps come off for no real purpose. You've got these 2, I think they're 1/4-inch quick disconnect terminals over here, and they're really cool. I think the best thing to do is demonstrate, how loud they are and what you can do with them. So we came up with a little project that you might like. We took 2 of these, slapped them in a box, put in an Arduino, put an accelerometer, and put in one of the beefcake relays, and then threw in a battery. So what we have is what we lovingly refer to as the oh fudge. And here it is. And if we open it up, here's what it looks like. So inside we've got 2 of the car horns. And as I said, we got the relay and we got the accelerometer, battery, everything else. Now the way this works is we've got 2 engage switches. The first switch actually engages the battery, and the second switch up here engages the actual horns. The reason we did that is we found that when we turned on everything, we just get the smallest little blip coming out of the digital pins that are connected to the relay. And honestly, the easiest thing to do is just have a separate arming switch for the horns. It also makes it real easy to test. So we can test this inside the building by disabling the horns and just looking for the LED to come on the relay itself. So you arm it, and then immediately after that you arm the actual horns themselves. Now this thing has a 10-second timer on it, and we can adjust that to 30 seconds, a minute, whatever else. And what it's going to do is it's going to wait 10 seconds or 30 seconds, however long we determine, and at the end of that time it's going to take an analog reading of the X, the Y, and the Z axis of the accelerometer. It's going to take those 3 values, it's going to sum them, and I think in this case they usually sum at rest, you know, like 500 apiece, so we get about 1500 as our integer value. So we have this value of 1500. Well, when this box moves, that sum is going to change. So we just have a running loop that when the value of 1500 changes plus or minus 25, it turns on the horns. So what we do is we turn this on, activate it, take 10 seconds to close up the box, and then place it on someone's desk and walk away and wait for them to curiously come up to the box and grab it and move it. At that time, the horns go off. So as you can imagine, we've had a lot of fun around the office. Unfortunately, we haven't got a lot of great video of people because it's really hard to catch someone in the act when we have a big video camera in their face. So a lot of it was off camera, but here's a couple examples of what happened.
Thanks for being a good sport, Pierce.
Wonderful.
Oh, that's loud.
That was a lot louder than it was the first time.
Back stock.
So what's in there?
Front stock.
Because it's only said we had like 100 of them, so what the f*** is in that then?
Awesome.
You got me! Thanks for being a good sport.
So we've obviously done a lot of pranks in these new product videos, and almost always I'm the one behind the pranks. Well, with this stupid little box, you can't tell when it's on, when it's off. So our videographer Greg actually got me a couple times because when my back was turned, he would arm the box, and then when I would pick it up to go to our next victim, I would find out that the box was actually armed and the horns would go off. So thank you, Greg.
Yes!
Wow.
I think we should take this to Pearl Street.
That's the second time I've been...
Oh, that made my day. Thank you, Robert.
That's the second time, too.
I've got...
So there you have it, another Friday new product post, complete with the O-Fudge. Check out the car horns, they're a lot of fun to play with. Check out the Db9 connectors as well, and we will try our best not to shake the... So we'll see you again next week with another round of new products.